Okay, back on the Rich Van Tassel Show, 90.5 Winthrop, New Jersey, with the student radio. I'm at HD3. Alright, we're moving on with the Week 10 picks. We got next on the list the New Orleans Saints at 4 and 5, travel to Washington to play the 3 and 5 Redskins. The injury report for the Saints: Marcus Colston, the wide receiver, probable. Luke McCown, a backup quarterback, is out. Willie Snead, the wide receiver, is questionable. And Halui Hikaha, if I said that horribly, I apologize, is questionable. He's a linebacker. Chris Thompson, this is for Washington now. Chris Thompson, the running back, is probable. Deshaun Bolson, the defensive back, he usually plays safety though, is questionable. D'Angelo Coleman, cornerback, is questionable. Andre Roberts, the wide receiver, is questionable, and Keenan Robinson, the linebacker, is, you guessed it, he's questionable as well. All right, with the Saints, they had that tough loss to Tennessee last week. They're certainly right in the thick in the wild card. Certainly the Redskins are as well, but they would need a win to really solidify that. A loss puts them in the running with basically everyone else to get that division if they want to play us. The Saints, you got to look at the injuries to the secondary. If Deshaun Wilson and D'Angelo Hall, if one or neither of them can go, that's going to allow Drew Brees, who already is a tactician down the field, to continue to work it as well. Brandon Crooks has been impressive this year. He's playing very well. Although Willie Snead is their top target, he's listed as questionable. I'll look for Crooks to step right in if he's able to go. Drew Brees, 18 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, going to Washington now. Kirk Cousins, 10 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He's just not playing that well this year. He's got over 100 incompletions on barely over 300 passes. So he's right, I mean, he is in the 66% passing range, which is good, but when you look at 10 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, it's just not going to get the job done. And you really got to wonder how much better he's playing than Robert Griffin III would play had he been out there. But Kirk Cousins is the starter, so we're lining out with him. Mark Ingram quietly having a good season this year. Probably not going to get to 1,000 yards, but he's over 4 yards per carry. And I'd like to see the Saints run the ball more because I think that'll help them in future weeks. Not so much this game. I would like to see them attack a pretty weak Washington secondary, and I think they will do so. Washington, again, another one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams. You don't know what you're going to get, so they potentially come out and win. But I like another road team in this one. I think the Saints are going to get it done and spit that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss to the Tennessee Titans. And I like it 27 to 20 in a late game touchdown. Next, the Miami Dolphins are traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. The Dolphins off 2 straight losses after winning 2, following the firing of head coach Joe Philbin. Philadelphia's 4-4 and certainly right in the thick of everything in the division and the wild card. Injuries first for the visiting Dolphins. Billy Turner, their guard, questionable. Devontae Parker, wide receiver, questionable. Jordan Cameron, tight end, probable. For the Eagles, Jordan Hicks, their linebacker, who's having a very good year, is on injury reserve. Nelson Aguilar, the wide receiver, is probable. The rest are probables as well. Riley Cooper, the wide receiver. Ryan Matthews, the running back. And DeMarco Murray, the running back. Looking at the game without factoring anything else as far as where they are in the season, what's going on, you have to look at the Eagles to win this game. It looks like the offense is finally getting together and they're starting to click. Come out of that bye week, they had a win last week. Sam Bradford did not turn the ball over, though he has 10 interceptions this year. But again, you don't know what you're going to get week to week with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Dolphins, I think they're the lesser team. However, they're off 2 straight losses. So if they want to salvage any hope in that, wide open. I don't want to say wide open as it's clear cut that they really have a legitimate shot, but certainly they're not out of it in the AFC wildcard picture. So if they want to have any shot, they have to win this game. They have to start stringing a few wins together before they have the next loss. So this is really a tough game to pick. Both teams really another in the Jekyll and Hyde class. I'm going to take Philadelphia because they're the home team, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami jumps out and gets this win. I think Sam Bradford won't turn the ball over. Let's see, coming out of the bye week, he's really corrected that problem. I think that'll be the difference in this game. Relatively high scoring game. I like it 30 to 27 Philadelphia at home. Cleveland Browns at 2-7 are traveling to Pittsburgh to play the 5-4 Steelers. Injury report first for the visiting Browns. Andrew Hawkins, wide receiver, probable. Josh McCown, quarterback, questionable. Johnny Manziel, quarterback, probable. Deshaun Gibson, free safety, questionable. Joe Hayden, their cornerback, is out. For the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger somehow listed as questionable. D'Angelo Williams, running back, probable. Ryan Shazier, linebacker, probable. And James Harrison, the linebacker, is out. With Cleveland, they haven't announced the starter yet. You look at Josh McCown is questionable, Johnny Manziel is probable. So just based off that, since Manziel is the more likely of the ones to be healthy, I'm going to assume that Johnny Manziel is going to start again. Though they've been playing quarterback musical chairs the entire season, so we don't know who it is. But I'm going to pick the game based off Johnny Manziel being the starter for the Browns. Not like it's going to matter much anyway because Pittsburgh is going to win this game. Cleveland, it just the inconsistent quarterback play has been killing them all year. Travis Benjamin is having a solid season. It's really disappointing that they're not playing well, but they're not running the ball that well. Their top runner is Isaiah Crowell, who has 333 yards in 9 games this season. That's not good enough. Conversely, through the other 9 games, Le'Veon Bell has 556 yards, so over 200 more carries on over 200 more rush yards on only 12 more carries this season. So it shows how poor running game has been for Cleveland this year. If Roethlisberger can't go, again, I thought he was going to be out a few weeks after seeing that injury. He's listed as questionable. I don't think it matters. Landry Jones will be the starter over Mike Vick if Ben Roethlisberger can't go. And I think he's going to look to run the ball. And he played well winning that game against Oakland last week. So it's not too unreasonable to think that he can't handle this at home against a Browns team that's just missing motivation. So depending on Roethlisberger going or not, that will skew the score a bit as far as how much the Steelers win by. Well, I like it to be pretty easy. I'm liking 28-14 in this one as the struggles continue for the Cleveland Browns. Another game you all are dying to see this week. The 2-6 Jacksonville Jaguars are traveling to Baltimore to play the 2-6 Ravens. Injuries, Jacksonville is not listing any for the home team. The Ravens, Brent Urban, the defensive end, questionable. Rashad Perriman, wide receiver, out. Dennis Pitta, tight end, out. Crockett Gilmore, tight end, probable. You look at Baltimore, you think about who's going to really play a part of the rest of the year. You have to assume Jacksonville is looking to build something. Baltimore had a lot of high expectations. Some people even predicted them to go to the Super Bowl this year. A team with that expectations, when things go wrong, there wouldn't surprise me to be a tendency for them to let down. You do have still 8 more games to play, so you hope to be a bit more professional than that. And I don't expect them to lay down. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying when you look at 2-6 teams, the team that's struggled in the past is the most certainly going to playing a lot harder. Joe Flacco, 10 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. He's thrown for over 2,000 yards, so they put a lot of pressure on him. The offense is turned over. Not many of the players in his left doesn't really have the weapons. I'd like to see them establish Forsett continually throughout the game. He's having a really good year. I think that'll help, and you just want to take the pressure off of Joe Flacco as well. Blake Bortles quietly putting together an impressive season. 17 touchdowns to 10 interceptions is a little high. He's going to have to correct that. TJ Yeldon for a rookie running well, over 4 yards per carry. Doesn't have that many carries though. And of course, Allen Hurns and Allen Robinson have been playing well for the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are going to do it. I think they're building more, and I think this just isn't Baltimore's year. Jacksonville really wins a game that'll a win's a win for them at that point. It would have been more impressive that Baltimore would have in the season. They'd take any win with how poorly they've been over the last few seasons. So I'm going to give it to Jacksonville in this game. I'd like it to be 21-16, and I think Baltimore struggles to find the end zone. Alright, so we're going to go on another break again.